Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Joe Hammonds. I'm going to give you some background on myself as it will tie into everything that I'm trying to do with this channel. We'll see whether it goes anywhere or not. So, I was born in 1982 in Bend, Oregon. My dad was a pretty backwoods type of guy and had his fair share of issues. We'll kind of get into that a little bit. We're just going to kind of briefly go over this timeline. When I was first born, I lived in a little tiny cabin out in La Pine, Oregon. We had no running water, electricity, or anything like that. I was a newborn. I don't remember. I just heard. Then we moved out to the Santa Cruz Mountains and lived in a little cabin up there for a while. We ended up having a bunch of wildfires, which burned our cabin down. And from there, we made our way to Wolf Creek, Oregon, which is a small town in southern Oregon. Again, living in a little tiny cabin with no amenities for a while there. I was about 4 years old, turning 5 while we were at that last Wolf Creek place. And then my grandparents helped buy us a manufactured home in Dundee, Oregon, where we actually had a normal place to live. I've got 2 younger brothers and a younger sister. And like I said, my dad had his fair share of demons. He was a good man, but he had addiction issues, and drinking was not good for him. In between 2nd and 3rd grade, he actually accidentally overdosed on morphine and died. And that was horrible for me. It broke my heart as a little kid, even though there was lots of issues. He was still my dad and meant the world to me. And my mom struggled really hard. She was left alone with 4 kids and did not know what to do. I was, like I said, about 9, and my youngest brother, Olin, was an infant. He wasn't even 1 yet. And my mom struggled with all that, with alcoholism, and there were some rough times. I kind of grew up quick, and I helped out around as much as I could with my brothers and sisters and everything like that. My mom had been trying to do recovery for a long time, and it finally started sticking, and she met a guy in the recovering program who became my stepdad. That turned our whole lives around, and we were shown structure and all that kind of stuff. And I watched them work very hard, and we ended up getting out of the trailer and into a nice home by the time I was in high school, and just kind of turned everything around. Eventually, unfortunately, when I was in my early 20s, they fell back into addiction, and they lost everything within like 6 months. So I've kind of seen the whole cycle of that, and I hang out with a lot of different people from different walks of life, and I always have. So I feel like my view is fairly wide, in my opinion. Everybody has their own view on